What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen, I want to talk a little bit about this interview in this video that I did earlier about Carlee Russell's parents and how I think them going on live TV for an interview, exclusive interview, made things worse. And I'm going to explain how I think this might have blew up in everybody's face and exposed this whole thing as a web of lies. Now, like a lot of you, I was on board with it in the beginning. I was on board with this whole thing. And I thought it was misfortunate that somebody that had such a promising future and was doing the right thing in life had this befall them. But I'm telling you, almost everything now that is said, and thinking back on what was said after she came back, done messed the whole thing up. And if you stick around in this video, I'm honestly going to tell you what I believe, and it's going to sound crazy, but some of y'all might get it. First of all, is what got me to do this video right here was the interview with the parents. Whoever's their PR rep, they need to get fired, because they should have never came on TV and said anything, which was a bunch of nothing. If anything, it raised more questions. And now it doesn't even give them validity as telling the truth neither. Seriously. Go, if you haven't seen it, go look at their expressions. The man don't really talk. He's smiling sometimes when the mom's doing most of the talking. And certain times it seems scripted to when they talk and the way they act with body language. If like you read books on body language and how people answer questions, the uncomfortability, or they're waiting for a certain question to be answered so they can answer snap quick. Few questions was like that. You know, hey, she fought for her life. The mom say, she fought for her life physically and mentally. What does that mean? At times mentally. That sounds strange. Another thing is this. I went to hold her, but I had to sit back and look at her for a little bit because she was so distraught. Father never chimed in. He sat there. Never chimed in. Unless these people are superhumans on an emotional scale, this whole thing looks scripted. At the end, when it was like, I forgot the question at the end, but it was at the end they asked, I got a mind blank. I figured I'd get on here and get a mind blank. It was something, and they both answered at the same time in unison. Yes, yes, of course, yes, yes. All I got out of that interview, guys, was this: victimhood. Hear me on this. This is the whole interview in a nutshell with the parents talking, mainly the mother. People are cruel, saying bad things about her because they don't know what's going on with the case. But we can't talk about the case. Don't worry about what you're hearing. Worry about what Carlee's feeling. And us as well. That makes no sense. Why'd you even get on TV if you was going to leave the rest of the world, or leave yourself open for negativity to come pouring in like it's coming in now? You can look on YouTube, everybody like, what the hell was this? Seriously. Seriously. Another thing. Did you see the lady that was interviewing him at certain times? Because you know how they edit these videos. They tell a little bit with their body. When she was like asking questions, she was like, such and such, this and that. It's crazy. It's crazy. Hear me on this. This is what I honestly think. This is just me talking. Because I think that this whole thing involves more than Carlee Russell. And I think they play a major part in it. And I think the police are doing one of two things. They're letting them do this stuff for their reactions, Because you got to remember, at the end of the day, the police are not going to look bad in this. Remember, they haven't said anything since she's been found. Y'all notice that? They ain't said nothing. Case is not classified as a kidnapping, blackmailing, or whatever. They ain't came out and said nothing. They're doing their own investigation. They're investigating everybody here. And I think them parents is in on this whole thing. I said it. I think they're in on this whole thing. Take a look at this. One of my subscribers that's been with me for a minute. Shout yourself out. You know who I'm talking about. I don't want to say his name. And this is public knowledge I'm going to give you. When he gave me this, it made me think a little bit. Look. In fact, look over here. I'm sorry. Look here. That's the mother and the father and their professions and what they do. These are professional people. That house that they're in is in a very nice house. A lot of times when you have professional people, things might go wrong. Sometimes financially. Hear me out. I think, because if you go back and look, all the stories is mixed up, even when people report them on the news. Usually, media outlets, regardless of where they are, nationwide, the story will come together somewhat to where you can piece things together. This story right here, like I said, this is one of the strangest stories I've ever seen. It's not like that. One story I covered that I reported on, they said the car moved off the highway and was on a side street, and her wig and phone and everything was in the car. Come to find out, they showed a video after I make that thing, the car sitting on the freeway. When the cop came and talked, hey, everything's here except for her phone. Remember that, except for her phone. Another incident says, oh, the phone wasn't in the car. It was in front of the car on the road. Something's not right. This is what I honestly think. And I mean, I might get negative comments about this, but I mean, I play myself in being transparent with you. We just talking amongst family. I think they staged this whole thing. The call and everything was staged, right? The only person that wasn't in on it was the brother's girlfriend, because they needed somebody on the outside to corroborate the story. I think that the parents was going to see. Let me start over. I think after the situation, I think she went to a hotel. Somebody picked her up when she walked through them woods. I think somebody picked her up, namely the boyfriend. They went to a hotel, and I think the hotel part might be true. They went to a hotel and was told to sit and wait for some time. The room was already paid for under a different name. They were told to sit and wait and chill out, stay out in the shadows. The parents deal with the whole situation, right? I'm sure she got insurance money or something like that. They was putting feelers out, playing a role. And when this thing blew up really big like it was, I don't think they expected that. And a lot of people that was involved had a lot of knowledge and expertise on somebody's line and what to do and what not to do. And when they seen this, it was getting out of hand, it scared them. And they said, you know what, come on home. Think about it. She walked all that time, went to the parents' house, but it's the boyfriend who's speaking. She did this for 48 hours. She did this, she did that. They asked in the video, what condition was she in when she came home? What did she look like? We can't say nothing because of the case. That is not incriminating the case. Girl, how did he look? How she look when she came in the house? See the game? Little tiny things. These are professional people. They're not dumb. The police are investigating it. And I think they was putting feelers out to see if what they was going to do would be worth the financial gain. And it wasn't. And now they backtracked. All of a sudden she came in. Here come the dumbass boyfriend speaking. How he know more than y'all? Think about it. Why she ain't go to his house instead of y'all house? He seemed to know more than y'all. You see how it's just messed up. It's really messed up. And like I said, I hope I'm wrong. But I mean, with what we're giving right now, the food we're giving, we have a right to tell what it tastes like. You know what I'm saying? And this tastes like crap. This whole thing looks stupid. This right here, the police are doing one of two things. Either they giving them enough rope, no pun intended, to hang themselves, or they already know what's happening and they're going to sit on it for a little bit. And when they get all the facts straight and they come out in that press conference, they're going to flame bro everybody that was involved. I think, because like I said, these are intelligent, educated people. You know, you can do jobs where everybody knows a little bit of what their job is, but they don't know what everybody else's job is. So when they do interview, they can't incriminate nobody else, thus making the case harder to solve. This case will never be solved. There's no suspect. There's no baby. There's no nothing. And I honestly believe that now. We've been sitting here Thursday all the way up until now. I've been keeping up with it since Friday when I first seen it, late Friday night. And all of a sudden, I mean, I'm intrigued by this case. And all of a sudden, she's home, but it ain't no answers. Come on, man. Listen, I'm Stock Market Steve, man. Comment. Tell me if y'all agree with some of the stuff I said. I think this is something financial. I think this is something financial. They put feelers out and did like a mock snatching to see what happened. It got so big and they was like, oh, okay. All right. Okay. Listen. You know, because you got police talking to you. You're distraught. We'll find them. We got all kind of technology. We can do this. We can do that. All of a sudden, oh my God, we're going to get caught. We didn't think about that part of or they might have mentioned something that can trace it back to them. Hey, you know what? Just come home. Of course, when they first said she was at the house, it says she was dropped off. Remember that? Now, all of a sudden, she walked there. When I did my story about her coming home, go look at that video when the lady spoke. That's the area news. They was the first ones that had that story. That's why I was like, I'm one of the first people that had this and put it on YouTube. Watch that lady say, yeah, she just walked in the house. She was dropped off. All of a sudden, now she done walked home. It's too much silliness with this, man. It's too much silliness with this. And I got sunlight all over my face. But I mean, man, what say y'all, man? For real. Comment on this and tell me if you agree or disagree. I mean, it's okay to disagree. I'm sitting up here thinking of it, and looking at this interview and all the stuff that's presented, and it don't taste good. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.